So here is where I want to put the laptop. And then here will be for the camera. And then this here will be for the iPhone for the overhead camera. And then I've got an arm with the microphone. And then this will hold an iPad. This desk is very narrow. I think it's less than 36 inches. Maybe it's 35. And I think the depth is only 19. So it's really small, so I want to have as much surface area, but I want it to be uncluttered. And the reason why, let me show you my other desk that I use for work. So this is the desk that I use for work. It is quite a bit longer and it's newer. What I did have was that old one over there. And so this one is fairly new now, but I have 4 feet now across, and I've got my big monitor, the overhead, old iPhone for the overhead, and then my camera for my camera. And so I have this here for an iPad, but it also will tilt for a laptop as well. So this I did have in front of the window, but the big monitor kind of blocks it. And so for the purposes of recording for YouTube, I wanted as much natural light as I could. So I'm going to borrow this camera and this camera, and then just take them from the mounts and put them over there on that mount. So let me do that. This is really meant for an iPad mount, and so it's going to cover up the screen, and I need to have it connected. So that's not good because then I can't zoom unless I take the whole thing off. But then I've connected it to here, and then that's going to be connected to the computer in just a minute. Okay, so I've mounted the camera there, and then I need to connect it. So I don't know if everything's going to work until I hook it up. So let's do that. Let this iPad sit here for now. Into is my eCam Live, and I'm going to hook up these cameras. Let's just choose the webcam. There it is, Osmo Action 4. And we're going to choose it, and there I am. So of course, need to adjust that. Okay, the next thing to bring in is the sky. So I'm going to add a camera overlay. That's going to be for me there. This camera we're going to change to. I had to disconnect it and reconnect it a few times, and now I've got both cameras. Of course, this is not like set up perfectly here right now, but the connections are all made. Now I just have to make sure that the microphone connection is going to work. So before I fish it through and hide it and make it look pretty, I'm just going to make sure that it's going to work. So microphone, check. Webcam, check. Overhead camera, check. And this is all I need. Now I just need it to be a little cleaner and neater. So I always think these things aren't going to take that long, and then they take that long. Okay, so I think that's going to work. You can see that it's letting in a lot more light, because the only thing blocking the light really is just this laptop as opposed to that big monitor.